Hello, students of class 12th. I welcome you in today's English lecture. Today, we will continue with the next two paragraphs of the story The Gold Watch, which is as follows. Obviously, he was going to the timekeeper's office. He must have seen everything. Perhaps he was hastening to inform the watchman at the gate. Oh God, had he bungled? Sanko stood like a pillar petrified. The gold watch seemed to burn his pocket like a burning cinder. It sent sparks along his nerves. Sorry. The whole world seemed to be spinning around him in a blazing fire. Flames arose from every particle of sand. No shade of coolness anywhere. Everything was on fire, burning, burning. Students, as you already know, that Sanku was very much eager to steal the gold watch, and today it was the time that he is ready to take the gold watch. And in the previous lectures, I have informed you that he had already stolen the gold watch. Then what happened? He was going forward after stealing the watch, and Sanku had nearly taken 10 steps. Then he felt that someone is coming from behind. He was very much afraid. He felt that that man would have seen him stealing the watch, and he will surely go to the timekeeper's office and complain about me. Meanwhile, he himself bungled. What he has done is wrong, and due to fear, he stood like a pillar, petrified. At this moment, he felt that the gold watch that was in his trousers pocket was burning like a cinder. It sent sparks along his nerves. His whole body was on fire. He was feeling very much giddy, and he felt that all the world around him was spinning, and each and every particle of sand was on fire. He was trying to feel a little bit of coolness, but he couldn't find it. Everything was on fire, burning, burning. अब बच्चों इसको हिंदी में स्पष्ट करते हैं. स्पष्ट था कि वह व्यक्ति टाइम कीपर के कार्यालय को जा रहा था. उसने अवश्य सब कुछ देख लिया होगा. शायद वह आदमी फाटक पर पहरेदार को खबर करने जल्दी जल्दी जा रहा था. हे परमेश्वर, क्या वह कोई गड़बड़ कर बैठा है? शंकु पत्थर की मूर्ति की तरह खड़ा रह गया. सोने की घड़ी उसकी जेब को एक जलते हुए अंगारे की तरह जलाती हुई प्रतीत हुई. वह घड़ी उसकी नसों में चिंगारी जला रही थी. सारी दुनिया लंबी लंबी लपटों में जलती हुई उसके चारों तरफ लट्टू की तरह घूमती मालूम पड़ रही थी. रेत के हर कण से ज्वालाएं उठ रही थीं. ठंडक के लिए कोई छाया नहीं थी. हर चीज़ जल रही थी, जल रही थी, जल रही थी, केवल जल रही थी. Now the next paragraph. Brother Sanku, Why are you standing here like a pillar? Sanku turned with a start and saw Madhavan standing close by. Sanku stammered out, "No reason for nothing." "Go on, my liar," Madhavan said with a laugh and walked away to his work. He must have gone and reported the theft. My God, everyone probably knew about it. All the 800 old workers at the factory would surround him noisily. They would look at him in scorn. They would all remark with derision, "Thief, thief." Then he would be taken before the white boss and reprimanded. How sternly he would look at him. Sanko would surely be dismissed. That fellow Vicky was dismissed just for taking an old umbrella. When Sanko stood petrified like a pillar, he looked behind. Madhavan was coming behind him. And he asked Sanku why Sanku was standing like a pillar there. Then Sanku stammered, "No reason for nothing. I am just standing here." For in this, Sanku said with a worry. So Madhavan just laughed and replied him, "Go on, my liar." And saying so, he just went away to his work. Now Sanku started thinking that he must have gone to report the theft. My God, has he done something very wrong? And now what will happen? The result of his complaint, all the 800 old workers working in the factory would surround him and would shout at him noisily, "Thief, thief," and then he would be taken to the white boss for reprimanding. The boss would look at him in a very bad manner, and then Sanku would be surely dismissed. Because he knew that the fellow Veki was dismissed just because of stealing an old umbrella, and this was the gold watch. Now I shall explain this in Hindi also. "भाई शंकु, तुम यहाँ पर खंबे की तरह से क्यों खड़े हो?" शंकु चौंक कर घूमा तो देखा कि पास ही माधवन खड़ा हुआ था। शंकु हकलाकर बोला, "कोई बात नहीं है, बस ऐसे ही, बिना काम के।" "चलो झूठे कहीं के," माधवन ने हंसकर कहा और अपने काम पर चला गया। उसने जाकर चोरी की रिपोर्ट अवश्य कर दी होगी। मेरे ईश्वर, शायद हर आदमी ने इसे जान लिया होगा। फैक्ट्री के पूरे 800 कर्मचारी शोरगुल के साथ उसे घेर लेंगे। वो उसकी तरफ घृणा की नज़र से ताकेंगे। वे उस पर चिढ़ाने वाली आवाज़ें कसेंगे, "चोर, चोर।" फिर वह उस गोरे अफसर के सामने ले जाया जाएगा और उस पर बेहद डांट फटकार पड़ेगी। कितनी कठोरता से वह गोरा साहब उसे घूरेगा। शंकु को अवश्य ही नौकरी से निकाल दिया जाएगा। वह वैकी तो एक पुराना छाता ले जाने के कारण ही नौकरी से निकाल दिया गया था। Now comes the next paragraph. A cold fear entered Sanku's heart, which was choked with depressing thoughts. The guard would be waiting at the entrance of the timekeeper's office. He would catch him. No, that way lay danger. He would put this back in its place. a scorching cinder that was burning him. But then, oh no, he said to himself on second thoughts. But finally, he made up his mind. He was at the office room. The window still remained half open. Sanku looked around. No one was there, no one at all. He took the gold watch quickly out of his pocket. His hand trembled like an aspen leaf. He presently remembered his home and his unpaid debts. Sanku, due to fear, was very sad and felt depressing and choked. He thought that when he would go to the entrance, the timekeeper's guard would be waiting for him and they would catch him. So he will not that way. That way lay danger. He would put this back in its place because that gold watch was like a scorching cinder to him, burning from head to foot. Then what to do? He said to himself on second thought. But finally, he made up his mind that he will go to the office room and keep the gold watch back in its place. He went to the office. Window was still half open. Sanku looked around. There was nobody. He quickly took out the gold watch from his pocket, and at that time his hand was trembling like an aspen leaf. He presently remembered his home and his unpaid debts, but he kept the gold watch on the table. अब बच्चों इसकी हिंदी फिर से बताते हैं आपको, इसका ट्रांसलेशन। एक ठंडा भय शंकु के दिल में समा गया और उसका दिल इसके कमज़ोर ख्यालों में घुटने लगा। टाइम कीपर के दफ्तर के प्रवेश द्वार पर चौकीदार प्रतीक्षा कर रहा होगा। वह चौकीदार शंकु को पकड़ लेगा। नहीं, उस राह में खतरा है। शंकु उससे घड़ी को उसके स्थान पर वापस रख देगा। एक जलता हुआ अंगारा जैसे उसे जला रहा था, परंतु फिर दोबारा सोचते हुए उसने मन ही मन कहा, ओह नहीं। परंतु उसने अपने मन में अंतिम फैसला कर लिया। अब वह कार्यालय के कमरे के पास था। खिड़की अभी भी अधखुली थी। शंकु ने चारों तरफ देखा, वहाँ कोई नहीं था। उसने अपनी जेब से जल्दी से सोने की घड़ी निकाली। उसका हाथ पेड़ के पत्ते के समान कांप रहा था। उसको एकाएक अपने घर का और अपने पर चढ़ा हुआ बिना चुकाए हुए कर्ज का ध्यान आया। What was to be done? Sanku felt suffocated. The sound of a footstep behind him. Someone was returning. He put the watch on the table and breathlessly walked away. Now again Sanku was thinking in his mind what to do and what not to do. Again he was feeling very much suffocated, but he heard a footsteps coming from behind. So without thinking a moment, he just took out the gold watch and put it on the table and walked back breathlessly. क्या किया जाना था? क्या हो सकता था? शंकु को लगा मानो उसका दम घुट रहा था। उसके पीछे किसी की पदचाप थी। कोई वापस आ रहा था। उसने घड़ी वापस मेज पर रख दी और तेजी से चल दिया। तो बच्चों आज के लिए लेक्चर इतना ही। आज आपकी ये स्टोरी ख़त्म होती है। तो अब आप इस कहानी को अच्छी तरह से पढ़ लीजिए, समझ लीजिए, और नेक्स्ट लेक्चर में मैं आपको इस स्टोरी के हार्ड वर्ड्स, उसके मीनिंग और क्वेश्चन आंसर्स लिखवा दूँगी। तब तक के लिए इतना ही। देन थैंक यू चिल्ड्रन।